I'm all tangled up here, guys. Right. Here in Rotherham, there are two tyrants, two communist collective organisations brainwashed into extremist ideologies. When you dig deep down into Islam, Muhammad was a socialist, a collectivist. The Socialist Workers' Party that runs this town are collectivists. And whenever a collective government gets into power, you end up with purges. You end up with mass murder, genocide. Islam and the Socialist Workers' Party who run this town are collectivists and they are genocidal. In my first speech in Rotherham, when we were outside the police station, I mentioned the Socialist Workers' Party, the jihadi communists who run this town. It's not Labour. When me and Clint stood at the by-election in Rotherham, 75% of the staff for, what's her name, MP? Sarah Champion, 75% of her staff are Muslims. Do not think for 1 minute that this town is run for the entire town. It's not. It's just run for the Muslim community. Now, both Islam and the Socialist Workers' Party have a manifesto, and it includes the words, "Obey us or we will introduce your face to the pavement." This madness, this Antifa, Socialist Workers' Party, the collectives can be seen in all their glory in a group called Defend Rotherham. Now, Defend Rotherham think it's okay for a mob of 200 Muslims to attack a local community centre. This community centre is commonly known as a pub. Now, I changed my opinion of South Yorkshire Police when I read a report in the Telegraph last night, where it was a young policeman took the evidence directly from one of the reporters and placed it on the National Police computer. Now, it wasn't the bobby on the street. Okay, there's some people, some of them did wrong things and they've been caught. It's the senior management of this town that is involved in the rape of our children.
I'm not reading that hard.
In 2010, a 17-year-old named Laura Wilson was murdered by a young gang member after he discovered that Wilson's child, which he believed was his, had been fathered by his older uncle. Senior, who had made these reports, had logged Wilson's history for years and identified her as at risk. Though her warnings had been ignored, Senior's team was made the scapegoat of the murder. Her case was folded into Rotherham Social Services and she was told to reapply for her post. And she left. And there is no cover-up. However, the council report on Wilson's murder was so heavily redacted that it alerted the suspicions of the journalist Andrew Norfolk, and he managed to track her down. And in the end, it came out into the open. So, our main media are starting to recognise what's happening in this town and what's not throughout the country. Now, who covered up the reports?
Labour.
The reports are by an organisation that has come to light now. It's renamed itself Defend Rotherham.
Muslims.
Now, this is Socialist Workers' Party, Gordon Jelly of Unison. Socialist Workers' Party, Jed Dempsey of Unite, the Union, and the local paper, Phil Turner, National Union of Journalists. These people set the moral tone of the council. These people send anybody on a put into a gulag to be re-educated into thinking that Islam, the death cult called Islam, is nice. In our politically correct state, the ethnicity or the religion of an offender is not recorded, as it is not deemed to be relevant. Now, if the race and the religion of offenders is irrelevant, how can Sarah Champion MP state on ITV that 95% of child abusers are white?
She's up there, Moses.
Where did Sarah Champion get these figures from? She got it from the main child protection organisation in the country, called Bernardo's. Who is the senior executive officer of Bernardo's? A man called Javid Khan. A man who solves his business problems in Pakistan with AK-47s. A Muslim. Is also on the British Sentencing Council. He was involved in the Birmingham and London education systems when the Trojan horses started, and he was brought into Rotherham to help with the grooming investigation. So now you've got a Muslim groomer investigating Muslim grooming. This is the insanity of Rotherham. Jangir Akhtar, Deputy Leader of the Council, Vice Chair of South Yorkshire Police Crime Panel, is now a suspected rapist. Our entire democratic and legal system is being manipulated by the Islamic collective. Hang on, I'm coming to that, guys. A bit windy today, I need to get some better paperwork. Oh, and the Muslim Youth Organisation decided the best way to help community relations was to refuse cooperation with South Yorkshire Police. Part of the Trotsky Socialist Workers' Party thinking is, you don't need the government if you've got the army. Likewise, you don't need the government if you've got the civil service and the media and the police officer divisions. This is out to the police out there. It is your officers. It is your officers that have got us here today. It is your officers that have covered up the rape of our children. It is your officers that have given you a bad name. You are doing the best you can. It is your officers you need to point at. Because when this kicks off, which it will, which it has in Belgium and in Paris, it's going to be you facing the AK-47s. Not one mosque in this country has been searched. When they searched the mosques in Paris, 50% of them had war-grade weapons in them. And these weapons are the ones that you're going to have to face. And they're going to be pointing at you. When in Molenbeek the police captured that terrorist that had been living in plain view for 4 months, the Muslims were rioting. They didn't want their friend, their terrorist friend, arresting. You've got to start thinking for yourself. Your officers are selling your lives away. Now, right at the top of this shit pile called South Yorkshire Police, there's a man called Chief Constable David Crompton. Now, I'm 58 years old, 59 years old, bloody hell, I age quick. Now, he is retiring at 53 with a £2 million pension pot. £2 million that we've got to pay for him. I've got another 8-10 years to work. He's going home to live in the leafy suburbs. Now, on the 15th of April last year, I made a complaint, and I've got a crime number for it, 551-4415, in which I reported Nazir Afzal, the former Northwest Crown Prosecution Officer, for conspiracy to rape and murder. I also report in this letter, named below, a conspiracy for rape and murder, namely Councillor Maruf Hussain of Rotherham Council. A report for conspiracy to rape and murder, Jangir Akhtar of Rotherham Council. Inspector Abdul Aziz of South Yorkshire Police. And I also report for conspiracy to rape and murder, Javid Khan, ex of Birmingham and London Trojan Horse Education Departments. In this letter, I enclose a sample of literature to evidence the above. People are fully aware of the reasons for the epidemic of Muslim rape gangs and the conspiracy in it by failing to make you aware. My previous letter was also sent to the judge who signed a warrant to search Mr. Crossland's house. I am not convinced this letter reached the judge. Oh, it's all kicking off again. Hang on. Keep filming. Further to this, in the letters attached, I repeatedly report the Socialist Workers' Party as a violent extreme left political subversive party. I'm going to stop reading this out now. Come on guys, come back. Come back guys, come on. You're not going to get anywhere. Letter. The ongoing ISIS invasion fleet crossing the Mediterranean leaves me no choice but to insist, Chief Constable of South Yorkshire, that you do your duty and investigate my complaint. Now, I've got a crime number, I've got a Chief Constable, and I've got a Chief of PCC, Police and Crime Commissioner. Neither of them have responded. So, South Yorkshire Police, again, you have got a crime number that's not being investigated. You have got a crime commissioner that is not investigating the rape of our children. You have got a chief constable who's retiring with a £2 million pension pot who is ignoring and he is not doing his duty. I also report Chief Constable, whatever his name is, Crompton. I also report him for dereliction of duty. It is your warrant, your sworn oath to investigate all reported crimes. And if you don't do it, then shame on you.